Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is LaWanda. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. For all of you who are returning guys, thank you so much for coming back. Okay, so I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and do a tag video. I was tagged by the lovely Roya Felder, and the tag is to talk about my luxury mistakes or mistakes that I've made in buying luxury. And I have a very interesting take on this. I've watched several similar videos, and I have to say I am guilty of many of the same things that my fellow influencers and content creators are talking about in terms of luxury mistakes. But I do think that I have a little bit of a different take on some of the common mistakes that we all make. If you are interested in hearing my take on luxury purchasing mistakes, please keep watching. So my first mistake, I would say, is just buying things because I got a good deal. So we've all seen the ads that come through from Fashion File, from Rebag, from all of the pre-love sites that say flash sale 12% off or 10% off, or you know, all these different promotions that they offer to get us to buy things. I am guilty of looking for things even if there's nothing on my wish list. I will go on there and look for things that I maybe never even thought about before, just because it's a good deal and I don't want to miss out on a deal. So I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, and it's so crazy. And I did this more when I was first sort of getting more into luxury purchases, but I never wanted to miss out on a good deal. And particularly I've done this with SLGs for some reason. Not so much with handbags, but definitely with SLGs. Second is a follow-up to that. I am guilty of not returning things because I got a good deal. So I have several, again, SLGs in my collection that I hardly ever wear. And many of these came from those, it's a great deal, I wasn't spending a lot of money, so I could kind of justify the spend, and I would get the items in, and I've had either similar things that could serve that purpose, or I wasn't as crazy about it when I got it in, but I didn't return it. I've mentioned before that I've never sold a handbag or anything like that, but when I do think about things that I might sell one day, it is definitely some of my SLGs. Okay, and the third thing that I am guilty of is waiting too long to purchase items that I know that I really like. One thing that I'll talk about in particular, if you saw my vlog, I went into Louis Vuitton when I was getting my Speedy 40 repaired, and I learned, or I confirmed, that the World Tour line had been discontinued. And I was so upset because for probably a year and a half, I had on my Louis Vuitton wish list the World Tour Alma BB. I have, always been interested in the Alma BB, but I was buying other things that came, I put other things before it. I made some impulse purchases that we'll talk about a little bit later, and I never got it. So I do have I have a Speedy 30 from the World Tour line that I absolutely love. As a matter of fact, let me grab it. Guys, so this is my Speedy 30 from the World Tour line. And as you can see, I have my initials there. And then, well, I think that's all I have on here. But with the World Tour line, the concept was you had to design it. You could get different stickers from all over the world. I really was interested in the World Tour line because of this color combination. So you have the monogram, you have the black, and you have that red interior. And so the Alma BB was the same. Getting it on the pre-loved market would be difficult because people design these bags based on their preferences. And I think now I understand why they discontinued the World Tour line. You guys may have seen the new flight mode line. I'll put a picture up here, but the flight mode has a very similar concept as the World Tour, except for the fact that you don't choose which designs that you want from all over the world. It just comes, the bag already comes imprinted with all of those different stickers and things like that. That's not my preference. It's too much going on for me, but the World Tour line was perfect because they gave you the option just to add just something small right there, but what you really saw was the bag. So that's a mistake for me. I have not jumped on classic bags that I know that I wanted in my collection, just feeling like I could purchase them at a later date, and then they discontinued them, and then my options, now are very limited. So that is certainly a mistake for me. Another luxury buying mistake that I've made is having a bag type. I like tote bags, I like big bags, I like speedies, right? I know my type. I like top handles, but because I had a bag type, it really limited me from pursuing or considering other bags that would work for my lifestyle because they were smaller bags. And so for the longest time, the Speedy 25, in Damier Ebene, I literally looked at that bag for years and would not move on it. And I finally got it last year, and it became my most used bag. That bag is the easiest bag to carry around, to throw things in. It is all weatherproof. It's my first and my only Damier Ebene piece. And I proved myself so wrong with that bag. Another bag is the Pochette Accessoire, the new model. I've loved that bag for forever. Have never moved on it because I'm like, that's too small for me. It's too big for an SLG, I felt like, in my bag. And I watched one of my the content creators that I watch. Her name is Laura. Her channel goes by a little bit of Laura, I think. She recently did her bag collection, and I posted it on my community post. I love her collection. It is so streamlined. It is so simple. It is so classic. And she talked about the Pochette Accessoire as well. Yeah, and I recently got this pouch, and I am amazed at how much I wear this pouch, how useful it is. Just for running quick errands, grab and go. When I'm at the track, I wear it a lot. But yeah, I would say that's my fourth buying mistake, is really having a bag type and waiting so long to venture outside of that type to be able to enjoy a variety of different bags of different sizes. Okay, and my fifth luxury purchasing mistake. Okay, let me rephrase that because I don't actually think it is a mistake. So we're going to be talking about impulse purchases, right? So I think as a rule, probably impulse purchases are not great, right? And so for the most part, I do allow myself some sort of grace period before I make a purchase, especially a large purchase, a handbag purchase. But I am guilty of impulse purchases. But guys, the impulse purchases that come to my mind that I have made have been some of the best bags that I have, my favorite bags in my collection. My Chanel Kelly bag. It was an impulse purchase, an unbelievable impulse purchase. I told you guys I was looking for the Chanel jumbo flap bag. I was certain that's what I wanted. I had waited to purchase it, one, because of the price, but in doing my research, which is a good thing to do your research on these bags for sure before you purchase them. But when I was doing my research, I came across the Chanel Kelly, and I immediately fell in love with that bag. And one of the reasons why I could justify an impulse purchase is because I know my bag type, right? So the Chanel Kelly, let me grab it. So this Chanel Kelly bag, even though I had not ever seen this bag prior to a few moments before I purchased it, I knew that this was the perfect bag for me. I know that I love a top handle. It's my favorite type of bag. And I know that I love big bags, right? And so this bag, as stuffed now, this bag is huge. I know that I love silver hardware. I knew that I wanted a Chanel bag. I had known that for years, and I wanted the caviar leather. Sometimes, especially when you've been in luxury for a while and you kind of know what you want, sometimes certain bags that you see, they just make your heart sing, they make you smile, they make you happy, and you immediately know that it will be a well-used, well-loved bag in your collection. And I say buy what you love. Buy what you love. I mean, My greatest luxury mistakes have been not buying what I love. I feel like as long as you know your type, you know your preference, you know your interests, you know what type of handbags you like and all those things. If you see a bag that you've never seen before and you immediately know that that bag makes you happy, buy what you love. Impulse purchases can be a good thing if there's a history behind it, right? I think that impulse purchases can be great. The world tour Speedy. It was an impulse purchase. I think I may have saw an influencer with it. I can't think who it was because I never saw that combination. I went to the Louis Vuitton website immediately. I designed my bag. Less than an hour, I had purchased that bag. One of the best bags in my entire collection, and it was absolutely an impulse purchase. Don't consider handbags an investment because handbags are not an investment. If you sell the bags, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna always lose money. That's just something that's just a risk we take. That's just a reality of the luxury world. But if you get a bag and you don't like it for some reason, sell it, or, return it if you can, if it's within the return window. But I really say buy what you love. We are collectors. Handbags for us hit different. I know they hit different for me. I mean, I get emotional about handbags. I don't know what it is that brings so much joy and happiness about handbags, but it certainly does for me. And so while I want to be calculated and I'm definitely going to be responsible, I have decided I am going to buy what I love. And that strategy or that tactic has not done me wrong or steered me in the wrong direction for the entire time that I've been purchasing luxury. So I trust myself to be able to do that. All right, guys. So thank you so much, Roya, for tagging me in on this video. It was so much fun, and I just really enjoyed talking about this topic. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Please consider joining the family. I would absolutely love to have you here. If you like what you see, if you like my videos, please let me know and consider subscribing. Follow me on Instagram at I am LaWanda Bird. I post more frequently over there and you can get a better sense of who I am and things that are going on in my life. But until next week, guys, I hope you have a happy, safe, and healthy week, and I'll see you later. Bye.